Hi guys, Look here and welcome to another FIFA 19 Team of the Season player review, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the 87 rated La Liga Team of the Season, Hermoso. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. If there's any Spaniards out there, any Espanol fans, let me know if I am saying his name correctly. Yeah, he did cost me 135,000 coins in the 4 games that I played him if he didn't score me any goals or get me any assists. He does also have a 4-star weak foot as well as 2-star skill moves. Now, moving along to him stats, his main standout stats are going to be his 95 stand tackle, his 98 jumping, his 95 sprint speed, and finally his 93 agility. And I did also have the Sentinel Chem star applied to this Team of the Season, Hermoso. And I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews for the La Liga players, guys, over the next few days, especially tomorrow. Yeah, you know, Champions League final day, but I'll still get like 3 La Liga reviews out tomorrow. I couldn't do many today just because I want their prices to kind of settle overnight. So tomorrow we'll do some more of the kind of bigger Team of the Season cards, maybe like an Aspas, maybe a Ben Yedder, maybe Sarabia, players like that. I don't know, maybe even leave some suggestions as well if you want to, guys. But you know, this is an interesting card. You look at this card and you think, you know, great pace, decent defending stats, pretty good physical, some amazing dribbling stats, 93 agility and 84 balance, so that's pretty much useless for a centre-back, and also, like, you know, 90 crossing. It's a very weird card. There's a lot of good stats, but they're completely useless to him. Like 85 attack positioning, there's no use for that on this card. I'd rather him have 85 reactions than 70, for example. You know, it's a bit weird. I'd rather his 90 crossing instead be 90 marking, for example. So some of his stats aren't quite right, to be honest. I know he is actually a natural centre-back because his goal card is at a centre-back, but it's a very I don't know if he was like a fullback previously for Espanyol, but yeah, in game it's a solid card. It's nothing like insane, but I think for his price he is pretty decent. Obviously, I think he is the cheapest La Liga Team of the Season card, and he will go cheaper. He will go under 100k. Maybe he's even under 100k now because of the other lightning rounds. I'm not too sure, but he will go to around 70,000 coins, especially with the guarantee pack and the red player picks and stuff. He might even go to as little as 50,000 coins just because of how bad his rating is. It doesn't mean he's a bad card in game. It's just his rating's so bad. And actually, when you look at some of his in-game stats, you know, his defending actually isn't fantastic. You know, 75 marking on the Team of the Season cards is well below par, especially for a centre-back. But there were still a lot of parts that I actually liked to him. First of all, his pace is great. 91 pace, feels like that in-game, feels very quick, can keep up with defenders, can keep up with attacking midfielders and stuff like that. That is not an issue whatsoever. He does feel extremely quick, which is obviously good because a lot of the times whenever, you know, players get a really good pace increase, they never feel pacey. But always Hermoso's always been a pacey player, even with his goal card, which is at like 85 pace. So yeah, he is very quick, which is obviously very good. His second pro will be his tackling. Now, not so much his marking is great. That does actually go into the mid-80s though with the Sentinel Chem style, but it's his interceptions, his stand tackle, his slide tackle. That are the main key areas to his defending, which I thought were actually very, very solid. His stand tackle and his slide tackle with the Sentinel Chem style both go to 99, and they were very good in game. He was very solid, and you know, it's amazing to think that, you know, we got an end of an era Godin card as well, who overall was a better card than Hermoso, just because he's better in like reactions and just a more well-rounded, suited centre-back card. But when it comes to defending, with the right chem style applied to Hermoso, both their tackling stats are at 99, and Hermoso costs like 100,000 coins, and Godin costs nearly 600,000 coins. So that's a bit of an interesting one, but yeah, no, very good indeed though. His tackling, you know, very, very solid, and I was using him as well in Division 2 foot rivals, and he seems pretty comfortable, to be honest, which is very, very impressive for only an 87 rated card. But his final pro as well will also be his strength, 86 strength, 83 aggression with the Sentinel Chem style. Both those go into the 90s. Was very good, being able to bully players off the ball, very similar to Godin as well. Not quite as good as him because obviously Hermoso doesn't quite have the height at the same time as well, which does make a bit of an extra difference, but I still thought it was decent. You know, he can more than, you know, hold his own on the pitch and stuff like that without having to lose, you know, the ball himself by strength or anything like that. He can definitely, you know, he's got the strength to get possession and to retain possession and stuff like that. So that wasn't much of an issue overall. I would give him an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a solid card. An 8 out of 10 based on his price, by the way. You know, I thought it was a quick centre-back. Overall decent, in particular tackling stats, and I'm pretty solid physical stats as well. But there are some stats obviously that aren't great. You know, you got that 70 reactions and stuff like that. You have got that 75 marking, which even with the Sentinel Chem style only does go into the low 80s races, which isn't necessarily fantastic, but for the most part, it is a solid team of the season card, which I think would definitely be fun to run in your teams, just to at least try out or something like that. Whether I'd be taking him into FUT champs and stuff, probably not quite, because he doesn't have like the best out-and-out stats needed for a centre-back, and he lacks in the height, he lacks in the reactions and the marker and stuff like that, but overall, it still was a pretty fun card to use. But anyway, guys, that is going to finish up this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.